Welcome to episode 326 of the Various and Sundry podcast. I am your host, Matt Harmon, joined live from the Vault Studio, the beautiful campus of Grace College and Grace Theological Seminary, by my good friend, my colleague, my co-host, and the man who is wearing a lovely Grace College vest, John Scott Sloat.
Do you have this vest?
I don't.
It's a nice vest.
Yeah.
Our AD got it for me. Showed up at my office one day. He goes, "Here you go, John." Awesome. Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate the swag.
Yeah.
I keep this at the office, actually, for when I'm a little chilly.
Yeah, it's a little cold as we record today.
Yeah. I mean, I had a donor meeting this morning, so I had a sport coat on, and then got to the office, took the sport coat off, put on the fleece vest here, and then I walked outside.
It's cold out there.
It's cold. Yeah, it was 70 degrees yesterday.
Yeah, welcome to spring in Winona Lake, right?
Yeah.
One day it's 75, the next day it's 45.
It seems like we're going to stabilize here soon. I think are we done with snow?
I hope so.
It seems that way.
Yeah. So we are in the studio on a Friday afternoon because you're going to be out of town.
Just a quick trip down to Florida and back. Down Monday, meetings Tuesday, back Wednesday.
Yeah, but that means we can't do our normal recording on Monday. So
yeah, hence we're here on Friday.
Hence we're here slaving away on a Friday afternoon.
Yeah.
That's why they pay us the big bucks to be in the studio.
Yeah, they pay. I mean, ads have been doing well. I mean, Chumba Casino makes some cash, you know.
We're going to need another sponsor to step up now that we've tried to eliminate them.
I didn't tell you this. You know what? I'm starting to do like a monthly audit of our sponsors.
Okay.
I had to decline another one.
Another casino? Or
no.
Another sponsor?
Another sponsor altogether.
Okay.
Another higher ed institution. Yeah. And not like I probably would have let like a Western Governors slide or like a University of Phoenix slide.
Yeah.
But this one was a direct competitor.
Okay, you gotta tell me afterwards.
Yeah.
I assume you don't want to say on the pod.
Well, this school is a curse word on the pod.
Okay. So this would be an institution that's north of us?
No, other direction.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well, I mean, that just shows what kind of reach the pod has.
Yeah. Let's just say they would not be on board with our Calvinist leanings.
Yes. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Let the listener understand.
And not the Catholic objection either.
You're really trying to narrow it to steer it. I appreciate that. Well, if you'd like to contact the show and ask John to name names, you can find us on X at VNSPod. You can email the show, variousandsundarypodcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook and on YouTube, and we would love for you to leave a 5-star rating on whatever platform you access the show. All right, well, since we are recording on a Friday, that's going to limit our sports segment a bit, though as we're in the studio, we are down to the final 12.
Final 12, yeah.
So the first night of the Sweet 16 was last night when we recorded this.
And some brackets took a hit last night.
Yeah, well, mine was one of those. I had Houston going to the title game.
I had Houston in the Final Four.
So that, kind of took a big chunk out of my available points. I am currently sitting in 20th. You are like, what, 7th or something?
Yeah, I'm 7th currently. But a couple people ahead of me lost their champion. They'll trickle down over time.
Yes. One noteworthy person who is in first place as of right now, Friday afternoon, March 27th, tied for first, my daughter-in-law.
Yes, but she
has lost her champion.
The possible points are low.
And the possible points are substantially lower than everyone else tied for first. And pretty much everyone who's anywhere near her in the standings has more potential points.
Yes.
So she is almost certain to take a precipitous plunge in the standings.
But I'm sure she's living it up right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Shouting from the mountaintops. Has
Yeah.
it come up in the family group chat?
Not much. No.
Okay. I wasn't sure if there'd be smack talk or not.
There's been more activity in my wife's side of the family, that family group text, the Hudson side.
Yeah.
Because my nephew is a huge Iowa fan.
Oh, and well, you know who else is a huge Iowa fan?
El Presidente?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a huge Iowa fan.
Yeah.
And now's the time to ask for a raise, I mean, the time is now, right?
I guess so. But yes, he's a huge Iowa fan. And of course they played Nebraska, and that part of the family lives in Nebraska.
Yeah.
And so big lots of activity in there. So anyway, so Arizona, Illinois, Purdue, and Iowa all advanced to the Elite Eight, and then 4 more teams will advance tonight. So it's been a really good tournament for the Big Ten. Already they've got 3 teams in the Elite Eight.
Hold on, let me see. Iowa, Illinois. Who else? Who am I missing? Purdue. Did Purdue move on last night?
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
On a buzzer beater, basically. Yeah. Very, very engaging game. And then still to play here in the other half of the Sweet 16, you still have Michigan and Michigan State are still alive.
Pretty good teams.
And so, the Big Ten is poised to put they could put as many as 5 into the Elite Eight.
That'd be impressive.
So we'll see. We mentioned the bracket competition, and but since we're a little limited in the sports segment today, I figured it'd be a good opportunity to talk about what are your expectations for the New York Metropolitans.
Yeah, my expectations. So they played yesterday.
So was that an official start of the season? Are they playing somewhere like Japan or something?
Nope. Opening day was yesterday.
It was?
Yep. Opening day was Thursday.
Okay. Okay. Did they normally in Alpha dining here on campus they do a big? Do they do that?
Oh yeah, I would.
Okay.
I ate more food at Alpha yesterday than I care to admit.
Well, I'm normally they send an email out.
You want to know what? An email did not go out this year.
That's why I missed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
An email did not go out. But
who do we have to talk to fix that?
Yeah. Would you like to hear the food I had over there just by chance?
Sure.
Oh my goodness. So I had a giant soft pretzel.
Okay. Classic.
I had a Chicago style hot dog.
Okay.
I had they had poutine.
Oh yeah.
You familiar with poutine?
Yes.
It was quite delicious.
Were there any Canadians around to give you their assessment of?
Well, I was there with our Canadian theology professor.
Okay, and what was his?
He's really American.
Yeah.
His assessment of the poutine was this is very good.
Okay. All right.
Brisket. They had brisket there yesterday. Oof. So they got a new indoor smoker. And it did some good brisket.
Okay.
So and then I topped it off with ice cream in a batter's helmet.
Wow.
They had that. Ice cream in a batter's helmet.
And did you hit the gym to try to work off any of the calories there?
I walked back to my office. But it was once a year, you know.
There you go.
Cut loose, first day of baseball season.
Totally.
And then I just had meetings the afternoon. I'm pulling up the game, watching the Mets go against Paul Skeens.
Yes. Oh, that's right. I did see this on social media. He got apparently just blitzed in the first inning, right? Got bounced.
Yes. So he played the Mets in New York, and I got a text from a listener who shall remain nameless, trolling me, just saying, "Go Skeens."
Okay. Is this a listener I know?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And I did not see this because I was in meetings.
Yeah.
Well, I did not see it till a couple hours later. Afterward, knowing that Skeens got 2 outs in the first and gave up 5 runs,
Right.
5-6 runs, and got bounced.
Yep.
I just responded with an LOL, right? It was. I think it was an emoji, a laughing, crying emoji.
I see.
But yeah, it's not. I wouldn't say it's entirely his fault. He had a center fielder come in on a baseball when the bases were loaded, and the ball would just sail. He came in on a fly ball and it went over his head.
The dreaded first step.
Yep, he made a bad first step, went over his head. 3 runs scored, and then there was a pop fly to center field, and he lost it in the sun. Like next play,
Oof.
and
Tough start for that dude.
and it just hit the ground and run scored, and then he got yanked pretty close after that.
Okay. So as we sit here, the Mets are 0-1.
We're 1-0. No.
Yeah, I was talking about. Yeah, I meant yeah. 1-0. Okay.
So
you're on the road to 162-0.
That's correct. It's statistically possible. Well, the Mets, as a baseball organization, have the best opening day record of any team that exists in Major League Baseball.
I did not know this.
They win on opening day more than any other team in the major leagues.
Okay, that sounds like one of those fun.
You got to be a fan of the team to really know.
But also kind of a fluky stat.
Yes. They're going to be a fun team this year. They see a lot of pitches. They put the ball in play. They probably aren't going to hit as many home runs as we did last year, but they play a fun brand of baseball. They take their walks. It's going to be fun.
And how is the pitching staff coming into the season?
So the pitching staff is good, possibly great. So at the top of the rotation, we have Freddie Peralta. You familiar with Freddie Peralta?
I feel like I recognize that name, but I really don't.
So he was an ace for the Milwaukee Brewers. We traded for him this year, so he headlines our rotation. We then have Nolan McLean, who comes next. He pitched for Team USA.
All right.
On the World Baseball Classic. We then have David Peterson, who's been on a rotation for the last several years. And then, we have a couple of guys that we're still trying to find our way. We have Kodai Senga back there.
All right.
And he probably has the greatest upside, but also the greatest floor of anybody in that rotation.
All right.
And then we have a couple rookies that will come up. Jonah Tong is sort of the famous rookie in our system. He throws like Tim Lincecum. Mm-hmm. If you remember Tim Lincecum.
I do.
We have Christian Scott coming off Tommy John, and he's just sort of this good old country boy who just gets up there and fires heat and sliders and makes people look silly. So rotation looks very, very strong. We have probably the deepest rotation in Major League Baseball. And then when you account for like AAA and rookies. And then, so I think it's a good squad. I think we got a really good shot at winning the division this year.
All right.
The Phillies are, entering the season with walkers. They're just tremendously old, and we'll see if they last the whole series, the whole season.
So what has to happen for the season to be a success?
I think we got to make the playoffs, and we got to win a playoff series.
So basically get to the NLCS?
NLCS. I think we're probably in the NLCS, and I think we probably lose to the Dodgers.
Okay. All right. What's your confidence level that happens?
Like on a scale of percentages, I feel like I'm confident we'll get to the NLCS.
Let's go scale of 1 to 10. 10 being I am more certain of this than any other fact in my life.
Ooh.
0 or 1 being I have no real hope that this will actually happen.
I think I'm probably a 5 or a 6.
So right in the middle.
Yeah. I feel relatively confident. It's a good squad, good players.
You being the optimist, I would have expected higher.
You would expect it higher?
I was expecting a 7 or 8.
Well, I'm also a Mets fan. There's a level of pessimism that comes with that. And
I see. what you call pessimism. Some call reality, being realistic. Yeah, there's that too.
Yeah, I mean we do have Juan Soto, the great Juan Soto. Lindor, very good player.
All right. We shall see. We shall see. Anything else in the world of sports do you want to talk about before we move on?
Ooh, I'm trying to think. Is there anything else that's really happened?
I mean, the NBA is going on, but does anybody pay attention to the NBA when the NCAA tournament's kind of in full swing?
No. I mean, free agency in football is happening right now.
Okay.
We haven't talked about the Jets getting Geno Smith back.
We haven't.
I
forgot about that. Yes.
I mean, I'm ready.
Oh, goodness.
We have a second go around with Zach Wilson as well. Will somebody break Geno Smith's jaw this go around?
Oh, that's a heck of an organization there in New York.
Let me tell you, it's something. It is something.
If they were making Seinfeld today, George would work for the New York Jets, not for the Yankees. He'd work for the Jets.
Yeah, it's funny. He works for the Yankees. It's such a competent organization, Well,
early on, like when he first starts working with them, they were still in there. Like they hadn't got to their sweet spot in the '90s when they ran off a few World Series in there.
Right. But yeah, you think he'd work for the Jets?
Yeah.
You think he'd be driving out to Jersey?
Yes. Yes, he would. Yeah, I think that's what he'd do.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, are there any Seinfeld episodes where they actually identify New Jersey as a place that exists? I can think of one.
I don't remember.
I can think of one.
Yeah.
I think the parking garage episode they're in Jersey.
That happened in Jersey?
I think that happened in Jersey.
They went out to a mall in
New Jersey.
In Jersey?
I think so.
Interesting.
But I don't other than that, I can't think of any moment where they remotely identify Jersey as a place that exists.
Okay. I mean, they talk about the Hamptons. They talk about...
They go to the Hamptons quite a bit.
Yeah.
They go to Del Boca Vista. They know Florida's there.
That's right.
They go upstate.
And there's the episode where they're trying to do the recycle scam.
They're going to Michigan.
So they go through Ohio. They go up into Michigan.
But they never mention New Jersey. I'm going to have to do some thinking about that
They
one.
mention Pennsylvania Dutch country.
They do. Man. Interesting. I've never thought about that. Do they mention Jersey at all?
I don't know. I
think the parking garage episode takes place in New Jersey.
Now, see, that's what AI exists for right there.
Yeah.
These kind of pressing questions.
I'll ask right now.
That people are dying to know about the geographical references in Seinfeld. I'm sure surely in the 9 seasons, Jersey is mentioned at least once. Gotta be. And there are some episodes where they go out to California.
Yep.
Where Jerry is on the Tonight Show, and so he flies out. And
well, Kramer also tries to make it.
That's right, as a screenwriter.
Yes.
And he
the parking garage.
It is in Jersey.
It is in Jersey.
There
Yeah.
Shout out to you for your
okay. So
knowledge.
Here's the rest of them. David Puddy and the New Jersey Devils.
Oh yes. Yes.
The mom and pop shoe repair steals Jerry's sneakers, goes out of business, and Jerry DeCruz discover they've fled to Parsippany, New Jersey. The Big Salad apparently has a reference to New Jersey in it.
Really?
Yes. Kramer Gendenson flees from the police, and the chase takes place entirely on the New Jersey Turnpike.
Oh yeah.
Bob Sacramento works at well, I'm not going to say that, but he works in Edison, New Jersey.
Was the gum episode? There's an episode where Lloyd Braun has a guy that he gets gum from. Was that?
I don't see that on this list. But I mean, even so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 references to New Jersey
in what, 150 episodes, 160 episodes probably?
to a state that's literally 3.5 miles from where this takes place.
Yeah, well, that tells you a lot. All right, John, time to move on from that.
Is that our biggest rabbit trail?
I don't know. It's up there. It's up there.
Man, that was massive.
Have we? What was the last? We did it. Did we do it? Have we done a? We've done a Seinfeld.
We've done a favorite episodes of Seinfeld.
Yes. Okay. Man, that's so good.
When we really run out of content, how about we just rewatch the series and you and I come together and discuss them?
There you go. There you go. As I was saying, time to move on to our main topic for the day. We're in our series on the minor prophets.
That's quite the adjustment.
Yeah, there's no real easy transition from New Jersey references in Seinfeld to Zephaniah, but here we are. So part 7 today, talking about Zephaniah. And let's dive in. So good old Zephaniah, right after Nahum.
In the Hebrew order, correct?
I think, and the Greek.
And
I think the whole, and the English, yeah.
And the English, okay.
No, sorry. It's after Habakkuk.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get to Habakkuk eventually.
I'd assume so.
I mean, I assume so as well, but you never know, right? All right, so Zephaniah.
He's a prophet.
He is a prophet. Let's get it started here by, how about you read verse 1 of chapter 1?
Well, the word of the Lord that came to Zephaniah, the son of, oh boy, you're going to have to correct my pronunciations here, Cushi,
yeah.
son of Gedaliah, son of Amariah, son of Hezekiah.
There you go.
In the days of Josiah, the son of Amon, the king of Judah.
There you go.
Okay,
so that gives us a little historical context here.
Is Hezekiah king?
That's the king.
That's
Hezekiah.
the Hezekiah?
Yes. So Zephaniah is a great grandson of King Hezekiah.
Would that make him sort of a cousin of the king? The current king?
The current king. Distant relative of some kind, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so good old Hezekiah, well remembered, well appreciated, generally regarded as a very good king, but he kind of has the weird incident that's recorded in Isaiah 39 when the Babylonian envoys visit.
Is this where he invites them in to see the wealth?
Yes. Shows them all around, and then Isaiah comes to him and is like,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? You're an idiot. And he says, basically, the Babylonians are eventually going to come in. They're going to take all that stuff you showed them. And Hezekiah says something like, well, at least it won't happen during my lifetime.
Yeah.
So, but in any case, overall, well regarded as a king. But this particular prophetic ministry of Zephaniah happens during the reign of Josiah, who reigned from 640 to 609.
Okay.
So end of the 7th century.
Was that 21 years?
That is 31, 32 if you're counting inclusively.
32 years.
Yeah. And part of what's fascinating about this is, so Josiah comes to the throne, and he takes power after basically about a 60 or so year stretch of Judah having two absolutely terrible kings. Like long term, but like really bad kings in terms of their just no real devotion to Yahweh. And so just living it up in terms of the idolatry thing. So Josiah comes to the throne and begins some reforms, begins renovations on the temple. And you remember what happens when they're renovating the temple, when they're cleaning up the temple? They discover something. What do they discover?
Do they discover the law?
The book of the law.
Yeah.
So they're doing these.
And Josiah has them read it out loud to him,
Yes.
right? And he's like learning all this for the first time.
Yes. So they discover this, which tells you the state of the nation.
Not good, Bob.
Not good. Not good. And so he reads out what is likely the book of Deuteronomy, essentially, probably.
Sure.
In any case, and Josiah is just, to use a good British word, gobsmacked. He's gobsmacked. And as a result, he's like, okay, we cannot allow this to continue. And they observe the Passover for the first time in like decades upon decades, which tells you something right there as well. Like, the nation had not been observing the Passover. That's essentially like saying, yeah, Christians stopped celebrating Easter for like 100 years.
And then somebody picked up the book of Matthew.
Yeah, and was like, hey, wait a minute. Maybe.
This feels significant.
So anyway, Zephaniah's ministry occurs during Josiah's reign. There's reforms happening. And yet, even in the midst of Josiah's reforms, God makes it clear it's not going to be enough. Like, it's good that you're doing this, but this is not enough to turn away my wrath. And so that sort of is the backdrop to what Zephaniah is doing here. And so other than him being the great-great-grandson of King Hezekiah, we really don't know much of anything about Zephaniah. But
with that background, can we just read the first couple verses of chapter 1? I mean, they're just so
yeah, do it.
I will utterly sweep away everything from the face of the earth, declares the Lord. I will sweep away man and beast. I will sweep away the birds of the heavens and the fish of the sea, and the rubble with the wicked. I will cut off mankind from the face of the earth, declares the Lord. I will stretch out my hand against Judah and against all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and I will cut off from this place the remnant of Baal and the name of the idolatrous priest along with the priest. I mean, just very, very definitive.
Yes. It almost has some similar vibes. This is stronger than what I'm about to say. But, like, you know how you read Galatians and you get the introductory, like, this is Paul, and I'm writing to the churches in Galatia, and then you get, after that initial greeting and, you know, grace to you and peace, etc.
You fools.
Yeah, it's basically like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You're an idiot. Like, I'm stunned that you're departing from the gospel so quickly.
Yeah. Who has tricked you?
Yeah. So here, this immediately shows you one of the key themes in the book is the note of God's coming judgment. And it's linked to the theme of the day of the Lord. So if you jump down to verse 7, starting in verse 7, you get these repeated references to the day of the Lord. So verse 7, be silent before the Lord God, for the day of the Lord is near. The Lord has prepared a sacrifice and consecrated his guests. And on the day of the Lord's sacrifice, I will punish the officials and the king's sons and all who array themselves in foreign attire. And then you have this repeated refrain of on that day that pops up throughout the rest of chapter 1. And then culminating really in verse 15, a day of wrath is that day, a day of distress and anguish, a day of ruin and devastation, a day of darkness and gloom, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of trumpet blast and battle cry against the fortified cities and against the lofty battlements. Not looking good for Judah.
No, it's not. Nor the rest of the planet. You know,
and that brings up an issue that I think is one of the fascinating elements of Zephaniah, is that as you're reading through chapter 1, you find yourself wondering, is Zephaniah talking about, to borrow the words from an REM song, the end of the world as we know it?
That was a good pop culture reference.
Yeah.
Or culture reference.
Yeah. Or is he talking about the destruction of Jerusalem that's coming at the hands of the Babylonians?
Yeah.
And so I love to pose this question in my class on we do talk about this in New Testament theology, I think, and about the day of the Lord. And so I pose that question, and the correct answer is
Yes.
Yeah, he's talking about both.
He's talking about both.
Yes. And so on the one hand, you have these sort of cosmic statements of, as you mentioned, verse 2, I will utterly sweep away everything from the face of the earth.
That's broad.
That's very broad. And then next thing you know, he's talking about specific parts of the city in Jerusalem where he's going to punish people. Like verse 10, on that day, declares the Lord, a cry will be heard from the fish gate, a wail from the second quarter, a loud crash from the hills. So these are specific parts of Jerusalem where he's saying people are going to be in distress when this happens. And so it's not, it's not an either or, it's a both and. It's the idea that the coming judgment on Jerusalem is a type, is an anticipation. It's a picture of the final judgment that comes at the end of human history on all of humanity. And that's framed along the theme of the day of the Lord.
Yep.
Which also, though, broadens out even here in Zephaniah that the day of the Lord, it's not just judgment. The great and ultimate day of the Lord brings salvation to God's people and judgment on his enemies. And so that is also an element in here. And when you consider that dynamic, that I think actually helps you think about the cross. Because the cross is described in language that is borrowed from Old Testament passages that essentially portray it as a day of the Lord. And so there is judgment and there is salvation. And you get that in the accounts of, in particular, Matthew's account. You get to see that very clearly.
Sounds like we're landing on Jim Hamilton again, right?
Yes. This would be another place where Jim Hamilton would be very excited about
God's
talking
glory.
about God's glory in salvation through judgment.
Yeah.
Yep. But it's not all doom and gloom here in Zephaniah. So, for example, if you jump to chapter 3, and why don't you go ahead and read verse 9.
Just one verse?
We'll start there.
Okay. For at that time I will change the speech of the peoples to a pure speech, that all of them may call upon the name of the Lord and serve him with one accord.
Okay, now jump down to verses 12 and 13.
But I will leave in your midst a people humble and lowly, they shall seek refuge in the name of the Lord. Those who are left in Israel, they shall do no injustice and speak no lies, nor shall there be found in them in their mouth a deceitful tongue, for they shall graze and lie down, and none shall make them afraid.
So actually the book of Zephaniah, despite its very strong start on judgment, ends on a note of salvation. And so if you continue on, go ahead and pick up verses 15 through 17.
The Lord has taken away the judgments against you. He has cleared away your enemies. The King of Israel, the Lord, is in your midst. You shall never again fear evil. On that day it shall be said to Jerusalem, Fear not, O Zion, let not your hands grow weak. The Lord your God is in your midst, a mighty one who will save you. He will rejoice over you with gladness. He will quiet you by his love. He will exult over you with loud singing. Was that it, or you want one more?
That's it.
Okay. Definitely a note of salvation there.
Yeah, and I think verse 17 might be the most well-known verse out of Zephaniah. And it's a remarkable picture, right? A mighty one who will save, rejoicing over you with gladness, quiet you by his love. He will exult over you with loud singing. What's so captivating about this to me is that, again, sometimes I think we as Christians think that God saves us kind of begrudgingly.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like, well, this is kind of what I do, and I said
This is my thing.
I'm slow to anger, abounding in steadfast love, and we kind of think that the Lord is like, well, this is kind of what I have to do. I'll save you, and yet, verse 17, this idea of the Lord rejoicing over you with gladness. And then exulting over you with loud singing. I think some Christians think too highly of themselves. Other Christians don't think highly enough.
Yeah.
In the sense of, and I think part of this just comes from my own background. Like, growing up, I knew that God loved me, but I wasn't convinced God liked me. I was like, well, sure, Scripture's clear. God loves me. God so loved the world. I'm part of the world. He loves me. But in that sort of, you can kind of take that as, well, that's kind of his responsibility.
Yeah.
Right? He made me. Like, he's kind of obligated at some level to love me.
He said this here.
He said it here.
He has to do it.
Yeah. But, like, does God genuinely like me? Like, does he enjoy me?
Yeah.
And we can sometimes talk so much about our sinfulness that we can lose sight of God made us in his image, and he does delight in us. He delights in Christ. He does delight in Christ in us, yes. But there's also something about, I think God delights in looking at his craftsmanship and saying, I made that. Mm-hmm. And I made that to reflect my glory, my goodness. And so to see something like this, that God rejoices over you with gladness, exults over you with loud singing. I think that was just that realization early on in my Christian life was a pretty significant development to help me kind of get out of the sort of the doldrums of, yes, God loves me, but I'm not sure he likes me kind of thing, and realizing, no, God delights in me. Not because I'm amazing, but because he made me and he's redeemed me, and therefore he rejoices over me.
Yeah.
And so, of course, when we think about that's what comes to mind primarily when I think of Zephaniah as I reflect on it. You think about this picture of, as we mentioned, the day of the Lord, judgment and salvation coming together. That happens obviously in the cross. And the fact that you have the Lord taking upon himself our judgment, right? To be the one to redeem us. That's sort of the twist, the unexpected twist here, right?
As well as a remnant, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, we definitely read about that, right?
Yes.
Sort of this group that would remain humble, remain lowly, but remain committed to Yahweh.
Yeah. I just think before the cross, if you read verse 17, the Lord your God is in your midst, a mighty one who will save, your inclination is to go, he's going to come in, he's going to smash those enemies. And you're not thinking, he's actually going to suffer for my sin. Like he's going to lay down his life for me, a former enemy, so that I can be one of his children.
Yeah.
So, any final thoughts on Zeph here?
I don't think so.
All right.
Overlooked name, I would say, Zephaniah.
Yeah. Did you know?
We have a girl. Yeah. Not something we considered.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
I don't think it's a name that goes multi-gendered.
Zeph Sloat.
Yeah. I think it could work.
Maybe if the Lord blesses you with a boy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You know,
Zeph.
it sounds like an athlete.
Zephaniah.
Right? Yeah.
Zeph. Okay.
We'll see.
Something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
I'm just sort of putting it out there.
Yeah. I don't know that we can get that past Andrea at the end of the day.
Okay. Well, I'm happy to help you.
We can work on her heart,
All right. Time now for This Day in Sports History.
All right. This Day in Sports History, March 31st.
We are 25% of the year done.
Quarter of the way there. On this day, 1906, the Intercollegiate Athletic Association of the United States, the IAAUS, is founded to set rules in amateur sports, ultimately becomes the National Collegiate Athletic Association, or the NCAA, in 1910.
There you go.
Yeah, not much to say about the NCAA or the
I have plenty to say about the NCAA, but it's a family show. We should
1973, Muhammad Ali suffers a broken jaw in a shock split points decision loss to Ken Norton over 12 rounds in San Diego. However, Ali wins a rematch in another controversial split decision.
Yes. I was born in 1973, so but
no memory of this though.
No memory. Well, this was before I was born.
Sure.
But I was familiar more with Ken Norton Jr.
Oh,
linebacker for the 49ers.
I assume
son of
Wow.
this Ken Norton. Yeah.
1975, 37th NCAA Men's Basketball Championship. UCLA beats Kentucky 92-85. 10th title under Coach John Wooden, who announced his retirement 2 days earlier.
Yeah, that's a mark that's never going to be matched.
Yeah, that's probably right. 1987, 49th NCAA, I'm sensing a theme here, a men's basketball championship. Indiana beat Syracuse 74-73. Hoosiers guard Keith Smart hits game winner in final seconds, intercepts full court pass at the last second.
I do remember that game.
87?
Yeah, I was 13.
Nice.
I do remember that game.
2004, Australian swimmer Lisbeth Lenton breaks Ingrid Brzezin's 4-year-old 100-meter. I butchered that.
Badly.
4-year-old 100-meter freestyle women's world record in 53.66 seconds at the Australian Olympic Trials in Sydney. I'm
going to go with Inge de Bruin.
De Bruin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how you got there. Burijn.
I think the J is silent.
Just making up when things are silent and when they're not. Okay.
All right, who do you like?
Let's see. Have we done Muhammad Ali before?
Yes.
We have?
Yeah.
Okay. Have we done Wooden before?
Maybe. I mean, what about Ken Norton?
Ken Norton. In the Muhammad Ali universe, we're not going to come across Ken Norton again.
We're not. No.
I know nothing about him other than he beat Muhammad Ali in 1973.
I could go with Wooden as well. I don't think you've done John Wooden. So,
Wooden
is obviously the more historically significant figure there.
Sure. I've noticed we've written off Keith Smart.
Written off or just haven't discussed him?
Haven't discussed him.
Okay.
No Lisbeth Lenton. There was a difficult to pronounce name there. That's usually a write-off.
But that's not her
for me.
fault. That's who she beat. Lisbeth isn't difficult.
No, it's not. Lisbeth is not difficult. Who do you like? Who would you like to go with?
I'd probably go with John Wooden.
All right, let's go John Wooden.
All right, let's do that.
Pyramid of Success.
There you go. Yes.
By the way, I love that showed up in Ted Lasso, right?
Yes.
John Wooden's Pyramid of Success.
Yeah. There you go. All right, one thing you liked.
Baseball.
It's back, baby.
It's back. Today's Friday. Opening day was yesterday, a Thursday. And then Friday is always that weird day that they schedule off for baseball teams so that if there's a rainout on Thursday, they can play opening day on Friday.
Yeah.
And so they played yesterday, and so today's the second day of the season's an off day, but there will be weeks where they play 7 or 8 days in a row.
Baseball is just weird in terms of like the people who run it.
Yeah.
They just they make some interesting decisions.
How many baseball games do you think you watched this year?
Will I watch this year?
Yeah, like in the season. How many?
In the regular season?
Give me regular season and then do postseason.
Are we talking full games?
Let's call this majority. Let's say you watch at least 4 innings.
In the regular season, man, probably 0.
Really?
Maybe 1.
Wow.
Like there might be a chance late in the year if there's a playoff spot on the line. Maybe. I don't know.
Even if I scheduled something for us in Cincinnati and you went,
going
live is different?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you can compare being in the ballpark to watching it on TV.
Yeah.
Like it's a whole different level of experience.
What?
The ambiance of being in a ballpark. I do love the ambiance of being in a ballpark.
So is there any sport you would prefer to watch on TV rather than be there in person?
Okay, well, let's clarify because obviously you can go to a sporting event and have bad seats or like not great seats. So let's say you have let's work with the assumption you have good seats.
Define good. Like I'm talking middle of the road?
Yeah, they don't have to be like
behind home plate or anything like that.
Yeah,
okay.
Just be able to see clearly the field and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Would you rather watch basketball in person or at home?
I think if I had good seats, I'd watch it in person.
What about football?
Football's tougher, in part because with football, I would say that what drives me crazy is when you're in person and you're sitting through a 4-minute commercial break.
Mm-hmm.
It's not ideal.
Yeah.
At least if you're at home, you flip over to another game, you
get a snack.
Go get a snack.
Yeah.
Do something.
I would rather watch football from home.
Now, see, one advantage that you do have if you have good seats at a football game is you can see the whole field.
Mm-hmm. That is true. Yeah.
And so there is just something beautiful about being able to see the whole field and seeing like a receiver make his break and you know that guy's open for a touchdown.
Yeah.
And that you're not going to see that on TV because it's out of the frame.
Yeah.
And then seeing the quarterback load up like he's going to throw it, and then you see the crowd, like you hear the buzz start to go through like the and you know that's hard to beat for me.
But baseball you rather in person.
Yes.
Hockey?
Definitely in person.
Definitely in person, I agree.
Definitely in person. But I will say football,
basketball, I think.
Football are tough. Football and basketball can be tough calls. Football because as well, even if you have good seats, depending on like where you're at and where the ball is at,
yeah,
you can't necessarily tell like, oh,
what's
that
happening?
was 3rd and 1. Did they get it? Hard to tell from where I'm sitting.
Yeah.
But on TV, it's like, oh, you got it. No problem.
Yeah.
So, good question.
We have been on the rabbit trails today.
We have.
What's our minutes at here?
Lots of wabbits.
Oh, we're only at 49? I don't feel too bad about that.
Not at all. Not at all.
I don't feel too bad about that.
Yes.
All right, what's your one thing?
So, I am beginning to prepare for this summer's big blockbuster, The Odyssey.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
And so I have started.
Matt Damon?
Yes.
Is that
he's I forget which character he plays, but he's a major character in this. So I've started reading the Iliad, which is the precursor to
the Odyssey.
Yes. So I'm going back in and reading that.
Nice.
Started reading that. So yeah, brushing up a little bit on my mythology. So yeah, that's been a fun little treat I started in the last few days. So that is my one thing I liked. All right, John, we have talked some March Madness. We have talked Seinfeld.
We talked a lot of Seinfeld.
We might need to do a Seinfeld episode again soon. We have talked Zephaniah and how you will name your firstborn son Zephaniah.
That was not... Anyway, keep going.
We have talked about John Wooden winning his 10th national championship. We have talked about opening day and baseball being back.
Oh, it's back.
And we have talked about the Iliad and the Odyssey. And so I think, by definition, we have covered our various and sundry topics. And so all that's left to say is, until next time, the Lord bless y'all real good.
Later.